It's day 2 of the only test match between Afghanistan and New Zealand at the Greater Noida Stadium. But still there are no signs of play. The outfield is wet and there are huge patches. As you can see, one of the patches is still being rectified. The patchwork is going on and the ground staffs are hard at work to fill the patch. But unless this is fixed, there can be no sign of play. The next inspection is due at 12 p.m. but it looks highly unlikely that there will be play today, as there are several patches across the ground. There are multiple patches within the 30-yard circle too, and along the boundaries the outfield is still too wet. As one walks, there are puddles of water still lying. You can see the super soppers also. They were at work in the morning, but there has hardly been any improvement. It seems that the one-off test between Afghanistan and New Zealand is heading for a disaster. The day 1 was already washed out due to the wet outfield. The Afghanistan management is already livid with the kind of facilities that has been provided at the Greater Noida Stadium. Members of the team are already complaining that they will not like to come back at this venue ever again. This ground has been the home ground for Afghanistan for the last few years, as no play has been possible in Afghanistan. But still, there are hardly any facilities which can term it as world class or even for a standard domestic match. Even the media was inconvenienced on day 1 when they were made to sit under the temporary tents which you see on the right hand side of the video. You can see empty grounds across the stadium. There are only police personnel who are sitting in those grounds because the spectators have simply refused to turn up, as they also know that the play is highly unlikely. The ground staff is still working. They are working hard, but some things are not within their control. The drainage system is too poor, almost non-existent, and heavy rains over the last few days have only made the matter worse. They are cutting patches from outside the ground and trying to fill the patches that have developed on the ground. But as you can see, that it is still a long way to go for the match to take place. You can see one of the ground staff bringing bucket full of mud and grass to fill the patch, and there are a few ground staff who are sitting around the patch trying to fix the problem. There are several patches around the ground, and you can see that hardly any work is taking place to rectify them. This venue is a complete disaster.